Today is Sunday, January 11, 2026. It started snowing just a few minutes ago, and I don't have a particularly lovely landscape, but it always is nice to see it a little bit different when it snows. I have the screen up on the window, but if I move you to the upper one, you can see my lovely snowy weather. I don't think this snow will last long. It was 60 degrees here yesterday, 50 or 60, so that's going to melt pretty quickly. So that's what we have today. We have Miss Molly. BJ has left as soon as I started to speak. He is a bit put out with me right now because we think he may have some inflamed guts, and the treatment for that, at least the one I'm following, is an elimination diet, just like you would for a person, to figure out what the problem is. So I am limiting his commercially purchased cat food and giving him home-cooked food with some specially balanced nutrients I purchased at a significant price from a recommended nutritional place from my vet. We're hoping that helps. I'm hoping he gets used to eating real food. Right now it's largely just the proteins and not much else. But I have managed to get a list of fruits and vegetables that I can, and oatmeal, that I can add to his food to make it slightly more palatable for him, and hopefully more in line with what he's accustomed to eating. There's my boy. You want to come up? You want to come up and say hello to the world? BJ and Molly are getting their own channel. I don't have anything ready for that yet. And you see I have bird feeders here, cheap little things I have attached to my deck. I also am going to be doing a channel of critters eating, basically. A little bit of wildlife, a little bit of domestic stuff, but by and large, just a little thing to have while you're having a snack or a break. Watch some animals. Maybe have some sunshine some days. I have a bunch of video recorded for that, but it's got to be edited because there are long pauses like this where nothing comes to the feeders. Now, I wasn't expecting anything to come to the feeders while it's snowing. Also, when I fed them, I did not expect it to snow quite this much. Yeah. But I just bought a shiny new large external SSD drive, so that's going to let me shoot some more footage for those videos, as well as shoot a bunch of footage of me making things and have a place to store it while it's processing and after it's processed. Because even though I can put things on the internet, that doesn't mean that I will always be able to retrieve them from the internet. Things happen, platforms shut down, corruptions, updates. God knows updates have lost a lot of data. And there's just, a lot of ways things can go wrong. I'll try to mitigate. It's not easy sometimes. So, my most beautiful trees have been marked by the power company to be cut down as part of their power line maintenance prevention program. However, the power lines are not the normal straight lines. My subdivision has underground power. The lines they are worried about and that the easement is for, let's see if I can get it, is for the one up there. There is a high tension line I don't know if I can get a good view of it from here. There is a high tension line on that ridge, and it goes to the ridge behind me, and that is the power line that they said they needed the easement to be able to get their equipment to. Now, there's no way to get there from here. I don't care how much ladder you've got. There may be cranes big enough, but they're not going to be able to get them on this road, especially not after Helene took out some of the underpinning of it. We've tried to restore that as best we could last year. But, so I've already lost some trees to the hurricane, and I don't want to lose my most beautiful trees. I don't have wonderful landscaping, but they are the better part of my landscaping, and they have all been flagged to be cut down, even the ones that have been there for decades. If you hear crinkling, that's because I cover my window with plastic at night to help keep some heat in, because these windows are cheap. And even though they are technically double paned, they are not thermal windows. They are very transmissive windows. And they appear to be set in a metal frame, which does not help. So I have a layer of plastic that covers the window like a curtain at night. Underneath my two heavy layers of curtain, one which is rather heavy duty, and one which is less so but more tightly woven, and that helps stop a lot of the transmission of heat. So I get to keep a little more heat in my house, which my heat pump struggles to do when it gets cold, because physics and technology and material science. So, there may be more later today. If not, well, there will be something else. I am meeting a bookkeeper later this afternoon to do some 1099s for one of my businesses, because if you don't pay an exorbitant amount of money for software to do it, or pay someone an exorbitant amount of money for software to do it, or to use their software to do it, it's impossible to do by hand at this point. And the forms are designed such that you can't really print them out, and you have to order the forms from the IRS. They have to send you paper copies. Yeah. Not brilliant. And last year I got my paper copies like the day that they were due to be mailed back. I spent 3 days trying to print them. No success. Only to find out that there is another form that I needed to send with those forms to the IRS. So yeah, I am engaging the assistance of a friend who also knows what she's doing in this realm, because I do not. I thought I did. No. I started really trying to be careful about doing my taxes and stuff after seeing some information that made me think that perhaps I had been mistaken all these years. And apparently I was very mistaken, or they changed things at some point. When I first started doing taxes, the corporate form was 2 pages. Instructions were maybe 4 pages. And that was it. But that was a business long ago. As we know, government manages to complicate things endlessly. And they have done so spectacularly with the realm of business tax forms. Presumably to, I don't know, comply with all the regulations that they've put in place. Sometimes I think it's just harassment, or maybe a conspiracy with the people who do the tax forms. I mean, like, prepare them so that you have to engage professionals to get it done, because otherwise you have no clue what half that stuff means, and you can't find out without having a tax library at your disposal. Yeah. Long live the USA. Anyways, I'll be doing that. And she's going to help me. I'm going to buy her dinner. She's also on my board of advisors for my 2 companies. So, because again, she knows what she's doing when it comes to the tax stuff. And although I know how to do money stuff, tax stuff is just getting out of hand, and I need some help. And the last time I got quotes for doing a 1099 was $500 a piece for a half-page form that has about 12 fields of data to fill in. It seemed a bit exorbitant, so I went to it on my own, and yeah, we saw how that happened. But the person who gave me that quote passed away some years ago. So, yeah, I've been stabbing at business stuff and making stuff for a long time. Making stuff all my life just because that's what our family does. And one of the things we make is make do, and sometimes that means getting a job. So I have one of those as well, which is better than 3 or 4, which I have done in the past. But yeah. So here's my beautiful snow, my not so beautiful landscaping. I will probably just upload this while I'm on a better internet connection. Probably raw, unedited, as I've filmed it, because that's how I can get it done today. And I want to get it done today. If the sound came out. Hopefully the sound came out. Be well. Take care. Be seeing you.